online, so we'll just continue doing it. Cause they can watch them.
How many people watch?
Oh,
On
I don't
average.
know. I have no idea.
Under 20.
It depends on if something
That
going
many?
on. I mean, some of them have been viewed over 200 times.
After the fact or live?
Many people want.
Okay, so
Not.
all right, now we're live.
Yeah, so now you have to do this. Depend. Oh.
All right, so are we still live? though?
This is critical.
Where did it say that at? Okay, all right, so we are live. Okay, here we go. Now you're good to go, fellas. Now you can say all that jazz.
Call the meeting to order. Yeah. Pick something. Oh, one.
I'm good.
Go ahead and lead us, leader.
Okay, roll call. Leonard,
Yes.
Ennis,
Here. Forgot.
Miller
Yeah.
is not here. That's okay. No public comments that I saw. Kim, can you hear us okay, just to make sure?
Yep,
Right, so we need a motion to approve November finance meeting minutes.
I'll second that.
Okay. Alright, so. we can get to,
Resolution 2514.
okay, so.
We have
This is,
printed finance minutes.
nobody can use mine.
Oh, no, but it's fine.
Mine.
Okay, this has to do with the elevator property.
Alan Edwin.
Yes.
So this is Kim and I. If we want to try to get out of it now. This resolution is kind of how we could go about getting out of it right now.
Are we really into it?
Or are you?
From my perspective, I thought we were going forward with the notion, with the knowledge that we weren't committed,
Which we
but
are.
they could keep it going if they did. And they have not, correct?
So we did get, there you go, we did get their bank letter and we did get a pro forma from them. Because we ended up getting a letter from Mishta finally saying we need this, this and this because you never submitted it.
And it was on them to do that.
Yeah, they gave us 7 days, which is 7 days is up. We never heard back from them. Lionberg reached out to them asking if we could have an extension because they forgot to give us our letter on time. And we never heard back. And I don't think Kim heard anything today or.
So it's been a one-way
Yeah,
conversation, pretty much.
yeah, but once we got that, we sent it out and they wanted to have a meeting. They wanted us to do our work and we basically, Kim and I both were like, once you provide your information that we're supposed to have to us in September, we'll start our whatever we need. So they did end up giving it to us. Gosh, when did we get that? I don't know, the end of the.
like the day it was due.
Yeah, like-
Was at the 7th day.
Yeah, on the 7th day, they ended up giving us. But we wouldn't have been able to because it said that we needed a public hearing, which public hearings take several weeks. I gotta get in the paper, so we would have never made it. So we could go for the next round, right? Kim is to apply for this next round of CDBG grant.
Right, the letter said that we had until the day before Thanksgiving to get all that in, which I reached out to, Mishta and so did Lion Bear and didn't hear anything back from them. To see if we can extend it, because there's no way we can have a public hearing, because we need to have it in the paper and then it has to be in the paper we can't have the public hearing until after it's been in the paper 15 days. So there was no way we could do that part of it. So basically, we're still don't even know if we can finish the grant, if they're gonna extend it. They did also say we could reapply, which that deadline is today or tomorrow or Friday, I believe. So we're just wondering, should we even move forward if everyone's gonna be a no anyways? I mean, we're out of it if we don't approve the TIF. But at this point, do we go any further with the grant and all the other work when, if we do actually get the grant, what are we gonna do with it? Because we don't have an investor if we don't stay with Allen and we don't wanna put that money down. So we're kind of at that point where we're like, should we go any further with this or just end it now?
Correct me if I'm wrong, the resolution is basically stating that we aren't going to cover any of the out-of-pocket expenses.
Right,
So we can approve the resolution, send it over to them, and if they decide that they're gonna cover the 600,000 for infrastructure, then we could move forward with it.
yes, we would have to, at this point, I'm not sure what Misha's gonna do if we just reapply for the grant. I don't know, where they're not communicating with us, so until they get back with us on that, we don't know about the grant part, but yeah, Alan Edward would have to agree to that. So that the resolution would be sent over to them stating this is what our final offer is, I guess.
We don't have we don't have the 600,000 budgeted for the work.
Well, no, and I don't, like, if we were to put that into the tip, it's gonna take us 25 years to even get that money recouped back. So, I mean, it could be an investment, but do we want to invest that?
I kind of feel like
Would we have to bond it?
No, we wouldn't have to. I mean, we have enough in our fund right now, but then you think, okay, what if there's an emergency that comes up between now and 25 years and we don't have that $600,000?
I feel that if this is the way things are before we even get off the ground,
Mhm.
Which is exactly how we feel.
why do we want to get in bed with them at all? So I propose that we adopt resolution 2514 as written.
So when we go, yeah, when we go to the council, because it'll be it's on the council.
Oh.
So this is just for us to kind of talk about.
Recommended to
Yeah,
council then.
yeah.
That's what my motion really said. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Which is resolution 2513.
Yeah, so this is in the House right now. It's not anything that is passed. It's basically if we would like to support this bill to push it through. I am in favor for it, just because it's helping. It's not saying they aren't gonna pay their taxes, it's saying that they can get deferred to pay winter and summer at once in the winter. We
This
still get the money, it's just, it moves that threshold up that hasn't been touched in 2 decades.
from 40 to
60 something,
this.
60, yeah, 60.
Okay,
So it's just gonna help,
and this is on the agenda for council as well, isn't
Yeah.
it?
but it was,
Okay.
so we put it on here if you had any questions about it.
We don't need English.
No.
This is more information.
Mhm. Most of all this is.
In the kayak, amendment 2, amendment 3, yes, this is all.
So basically with this resolution, what if everyone agrees and wants to use this resolution, then I send it to our representative, and then they take it to, it just adds on to all the other ones. And I know most are in favor of this anyways. I mean,
helps people who need it
Yeah,
and people who have served, so
Exactly.
that's.
yeah, the big thing is it's not saying that, you know. Get their money, it's that now they have. From July to February to save money. To pay for it. And they can always pay here and they don't have to pay all up front. Either. Wanna go to the next thing?
The firewall,
No, well, we,
or is that,
the kayak amendment two, do you want, you
oh,
have any questions on it? I know Jason came and talked about it.
that's money that we've already agreed to, there's nothing.
Yeah.
And
Same.
grants covering.
Yeah, in the grant, cause we are under, it came under bid, under budget. Cause we're supposed to be 300 is what it was, and we're at like 280, I think is what it was, 288.
So
So-
at 12,000 to the good.
And then it's
And the
kind of,
grant comes once the dust settles, we
I could start,
reimburse.
I could start reimbursing and going for it now, but. They're supposed to be done at this month anyways, so
Submit it all at once.
I
get it
was
all.
gonna submit it all at once in January. Cause I just think it'd be easier to, we have all the stuff, but
What
why
they
do a
left to
little?
do besides the gate,
Are the lights up yet?
The lights are in.
They are in?
Yes, I can tell you that.
Oh, cool. I got the security camera yesterday, so they had to put the security camera up. They have, oh, I forgot to print off the punch list. There's a whole punch list of things that they need to do, like the
Sure.
glass, we walked through, Dave and I and Kim with the engineer and the contractor and pointed out things like the glass was one thing to help pick up and seating and landscaping some of next to it, the path that goes down where it kind of dips and it looks it's eroded almost. That was on one of the items to clean that up. That was a big thing that I noticed. So look very great, but
Is the intention to keep it open year round?
yes, it is. Well, I don't know about open, but it can stay in. It doesn't have to come out.
But I mean, are we gonna leave it accessible to the public year round?
So intention of that, that's why the gate and things. Is to be able to shut it down.
Okay,
as you do bakes.
Correct.
Like, I don't know that.
because we drove through today and just noticed that parking spots have been plowed. The
Oh,
drive had been.
Correct. I mean, we drove around it, but
Yeah.
we're not plowing it. We're not. Yeah.
that would be kind of a pain, dig it all up.
And
There's not
the
leave.
Well, it's a pain.
Just the- yeah.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure.
schedule for the gate lights camera is to be completed by
The end
end
of
of this month.
And
I think it's the end of this month. Yeah,
And the
But
gate,
yeah, in reality, 2 days worth of work.
probably not much.
if that, the posts are already in, they put them in,
Yeah.
cemented them the other day.
Saw that.
Oh, and we need the signs from, but that won't matter. It's just the DNR that wants 2 signs put up, but. Could be next July, we can get them, who knows? But those are just saying that the DNR funded,
Funded.
and then there's a
Yeah.
waterway one that.
Yeah, it's the same signs that we had to put out the dates when they did the grant for the federal thing. The other flags.
I think that's basically the only thing that was left to do. There isn't much.
So they are planning this month, they will be done.
Mhm.
And your tour of it was pre-snow.
Yes, it was
Yes.
pretty snow. It was actually really nice that day. I mean, we still had our winter jackets on, but the sun was out and it was nice. Parking lot one amendment. That was. Most of that is what they found in the middle of doing the construction, where it was soft. On where we were on our side that we owned with the school, partner with the school, and then. But a majority of the costs that are coming from this amendment, over half of it is from the parent drop off and pick up. So I'm gonna have to bill the school again. Once we get it, because most of that's gonna be covered by
Again,
them.
meaning
Well,
they've given you
Yep,
some
I did
money
get it,
already.
yep, I did get all but this. So I did bill them and before Thanksgiving was paid. and it's in deposited, so,
The original. And this is a.
yeah, it's
this
like,
will be-
yeah, it'll be an extra one that I have to bill them for.
That's a good resolution on that northwest corner drainage issue.
I haven't talked to the engineer about it, so I don't know. I know it is on when we were talking
Okay.
earlier, I know it was on, it is on the punch list, but I don't know what the plan is.
Okay.
That's the only thing.
Engineer being
C2.
capital, okay.
Yeah, they were informed and we sent the picture.
Mhm.
Just Kim had the picture and sent the picture to him, so.
Why do we have capital do it as well as the school had their own? It seems like it's a double.
Well, not this phase, the other phase was, so when this phase that we just did, we met with. The school and they just came out and said, so who's engineer is doing this or who wants it? Or, I don't remember what they said. Do you remember, Kim? Like, who's doing this?
Yeah, when they kind of handed it to us.
Yeah, so I was like, well, we will, because if they didn't want it, then why don't we get our
So,
engineer?
and then we also wanted to put it in with our other roads so that we get a better, hopefully got a better.
Yeah.
bid.
Right, three,
The-
and then got one, yeah.
Same people doing all of it
Yeah.
and
Get a little bit of a price point, a little bit. So,
so C2A was it for this whole.
well, they modified some of the stuff, but I would say
So they're-
90% of what is there is what the school had their engineers drawn up. Right? And that was-
But ultimately, C2 is responsible for what we've got today.
They took their plans and then they.
Yeah.
Engineered, made sure that we were up to standards with our engineering.
Yeah.
But the plans came from their guy. Can't remember his name.
I can't either right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I knew it was a C, but I couldn't think of. Thank you.
Not sure the school works with a
Mhm.
lot.
Yeah,
Okay. So that's money that
Most of it we'll get back.
it's not as presented. I was a little bit higher blood pressured about it because, but it's money that was already okay. And I'm not.
So then the next thing is the firewall. And I brought Mike in. To help explain the firewall, because I am not IT.
Okay, and that. Please do. Mike, it is.
it is, Mike.
I
Yeah, right, Tim.
gave away who I am.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
The firewall is basically in a network. It is the internet facing appliance. And by appliance, I mean, it's like a mini computer inside, a little computer inside of a box. And its primary job is to keep the riffraff or the bad people or the hackers out. And the other thing is it feeds the software that we've got on the computers, updates for the new viruses and new bugs that are being created just about, 100 times a day, if not more often than that. So it does a number of things. It takes a look at each packet, each message. And it says, is this possibly got something on it? It looks at attachments on emails and says, does this have something on it? And it blocks it.
It filters everything coming.
Filters everything coming in.
Yeah.
Okay, and it can block countries, it can block specific countries, it can block
Whatever you tell.
whatever you talk to.
Exactly.
So we're gonna have to let Dan look up his ammunition and guns, but
Mhm.
for the most part in schools, they block games and guns and anything violent.
Mhm.
Okay, so it comes with a template, and then what we do is we come in and we tweak it to whatever's necessary for the operation.
Mhm.
Okay. The firewall is the appliance. There's software that comes with it. And the software talks to Sophos, that's the manufacturer. And the manufacturer has in excess of 1.7 million firewall appliances worldwide. So it's got a pretty big database that is looking and catching messages and updating. And then it sends it out to the firewall and updates the firewall, like the firewall is updating the computers. The firewall will also be able to separate city and police traffic. Okay, in terms of that. From a compliance standpoint, will be in line with CJIS or criminal justice information. Compliance requirements. The firewall that proposed, the 2100 is, I know the initial response was, what, why so vague, why so, powerful?
Yeah.
A lot of times, what we found with Graycon is we've been in service with providing network services for customers for about 4 years. And when we install a firewall, sometimes the firewalls are under spec'd so that the customer moves more and more things to the cloud. So the traffic increases. It's kind of like a highway.
Mhm.
If you didn't anticipate the amount of traffic that you're gonna need to get to someplace, then you end up going slow or getting bogged down. So the firewall that we proposed will give the city more than enough horsepower or lanes for packet movement for probably 5 to 10 years.
Is there any, I'm not under the impression that we have any desire to move anything to the cloud off of our servers.
Currently not.
So if we don't have any immediate plans with the 138 serve our purpose, if we're hosting for physical servers.
The 130 would be sufficient. Okay. My only concern is if, for instance, a GIS program or anything else comes where your cloud traffic would increase, then the 138 might start becoming a little bit marginal or slow.
That's if we cloud
Right.
that. So right now with no plans on pushing anything up.
It should be sufficient.
Okay. Okay, that was my biggest question.
Sure.
To be clear on the 138,
Mhm.
the one line item is the software and the other line item is the hardware?
Yes, sir. And the software would be a license that would be repetitive in terms of year after year.
Every year.
Yes, sir.
And the appliance,
Typically, those last anywhere, Tim, from 3 to 5 years, like a standard computer.
it is just a
It
computer,
is
isn't
just
it?
a computer, right? It's a Linux computer.
Looks like a little router.
Yep.
Oh, and it
They're
is
not big,
Linux.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Linux helps a ton to separate the hay from the chaff, doesn't it?
A lot of people don't go after Linux computer
Right.
at all to
Because it's,
instill bugs on them because they're too difficult to do.
yeah,
Right.
okay.
You function as a consultant, the IT consultant to the city.
Yeah.
Do you see any benefit costs long term to pushing everything to the cloud?
I'm gonna use the term fools rush in, and 10 years ago, everybody's rushing to the cloud.
Yeah, but that was 10 years ago.
Right.
Now.
We've
where are
got,
we?
we've got some of those customers that have come back from the cloud,
Mhm.
so to speak. But we also, most of our customers are hybrid, so they've got some of their applications in the cloud
Mhm.
and some of it, they want to remain local, okay? For security and or maybe the software sold, it doesn't function well in the cloud,
Mhm.
okay, from a security standpoint. So you gotta take a look at, will that application behave okay in the cloud, okay? Most of our clients have looked at Microsoft, all the Microsoft applications and the Microsoft file system, and moved that to the cloud. Because if you start storing pictures or GIS, like I said, GIS before, your storage requirements become big here on the file server. Okay. So
What
you have
is
a little
big?
bit of both.
What is big? Terabit or
Usually it's in the area, multiple terabits. Uh, I would say from what we've seen on the file server here. You could probably get half of the storage on the server put into the cloud. Okay, and the licensing that the city, made an investment in the Microsoft licensing. Gives you a set amount in the cloud for free. Okay, so it comes with a license.
Well, so we can migrate some of that just from a hardware savings standpoint.
And you can keep the file server. You know, when the file server starts, one of the two has died, so
Mhm.
I'm taking one of them away to get the data off one of the disk drives, but the file server hardware you've got is pretty aged,
Mhm.
okay? I'll be beating up Janelle to put something in the budget for the next 2 years to replace the server.
Aged as in 10 years?
Oh, I would say that that's in the area of 6, 7 years, maybe. Okay, in a computer age, I
Yeah,
mean, that's
it's
like
old.
having a dog 140 years old.
Yeah.
So,
There are dog years, then there's computer years, but
yeah, it depends upon, you know, how well it's ventilated and how much it gets used and cleaned up and stuff, so.
But just so when we go to council, there's no plans to move our GIS up into the cloud. There's no, I know Dan said he just got no desire to put any of the police stuff in the cloud.
Right. Well, you have to be pretty careful in terms of moving police stuff to the cloud, just because of all the rules and regs and
Yep.
compliance that you gotta be careful of.
But so that being said, the 138 would serve our purpose for the foreseeable future, which is
For the
5 years.
foreseeable future, I would take a look at it and if I were your planning consultant in terms of IT, I would take a look at replacing or upgrading the server, upgrading the firewall when you upgrade the server. Okay, so if that's 2 years, 3 years. You know, the 138 will probably be a pretty tired puppy by 3 to 4 years.
Mhm.
And then, so how long would the?
2100's got no longer shelf life.
The 2100 typically, would last you a good 7 years easily. Okay,
what makes it,
The hardware.
it's software and hardware, again.
right. It's a processor that's in the 138. It's a smaller processor. The memory chips are a different manufacturer. So it's basically, it's like a car with a little less horsepower,
Mhm.
Bottom of the line.
bottom of the line,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the
Oh, that's
XGS
probably-
2100, we've got a price of 43.69. You didn't separate out the hardware.
Well, I think the hardware in the quote,
In the quote, I'm looking at, the $2,400 quote is,
It comes-
software and
it comes with it.
hardware.
Do you have it, Mike, or do you want?
And the 43.69 is just the whole thing.
Cause it comes
Yeah,
together.
the 2100 here
Yes,
would be the hardware,
right.
and this would be 3 years of the software.
Oh. So, okay.
Does that help?
Yeah, I was quick.
So the hardware is more expensive than the
Okay.
138.
Yeah.
And the software is
Okay.
3 years of the software. That makes sense to you.
I was thinking that the 43.69 was the 2100 for a year, or if you bought 3 years all at once, you'd get it for 11.4. That's not the
No,
case at all. One
that's
is
not the case.
software, one's hardware.
Correct.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking same thing.
Okay. But the 2100 is admittedly a big gun.
It's a big gun. It's a big horse. It's for a lot of our networks, and again, predicated on the amount of cloud usage. It's robust enough to probably carry you 7 years through moving applications to cloud and things like that. It is the lowest what I refer to as industrial size, firewalls that we use at larger networks. It's the lowest model,
The 21.
the 21. The 138 is more of a high-end, small office. Okay, firewall.
Like we need an in between.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider this much bigger than a small office.
Right.
So I mean, it may be the right size for us. Now, can we could buy one every 3 years and be on par with the 2100 for cost? So it would actually be a little bit ahead if we just replaced it every 3 years.
Well, and I'm kind of thinking back to computer years.
Mhm.
If we cheap out, we can afford to stay current. So
Yeah,
to speak.
new appliance every 3 years versus running hardware for 7.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Personally, I'm leaning heavily towards the 138.
Okay.
Price being the major driver,
Sure,
as well as the perception that it's quite adequate for our needs.
currently, as we're
Current.
currently,
right.
And you wouldn't have put it out here had you thought otherwise.
Now, we have two other municipalities that are similar in size. That one is using the 138 and the other one is using the 2100. So they do have a plan to move majority of their Microsoft stuff to the cloud. They also have a GIS, now I'm gonna say this wrong, you gotta help me here, but they plot all their plumbing and wiring and stuff in the ground for the municipalities,
Structures.
and that's all in the cloud. So the engineers or the DPW, DPS, people are hitting that pretty regularly.
those are big files.
Those are big files,
But if we're
big
keeping
graphic
ours
files,
local right now, then
right?
If you throw them to the cloud, you don't need the horsepower here.
in the file server, you wouldn't need as much, but.
You wouldn't need as big a file server to store the
Right.
GIS files or the average GIS plot has something like 3,500 in the cloud. To make a
Yeah,
picture,
that's what I thought.
Okay.
We did that both.
and the average opening includes 3 or 4 different layers of that 3,500. Okay, so you can see that. You get involved in that kind of thing, you're operating in the cloud, you're gonna need some pretty robust,
Be able to
pipe,
put it and to get it.
put it and get it.
Just a bigger
Correct.
filter. More throughput.
Bigger pipeline.
And you have pretty adequate, internet access with,
Big start.
Jason.
Yeah, they're fast,
Yeah, they've got the fiber going in.
Right into the-
Just came by my house,
right into the building.
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, they're spreading out.
That's great. That really answered a lot of questions. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad I was
Appreciate it.
able to help.
Thank you for coming in, Mike.
We're confident that either one is gonna be more than
You can
adequate
upgrade
for you
where
guys.
we're at, yeah.
right. We wanna move quickly because you don't have, you have very little protection right now. And
Plus Christmas bonuses are due, aren't they?
not mine, I own it.
Yours?
Right.
What about that?
Yeah,
But,
Real revenue.
in all seriousness, the small municipalities are between the crosshairs.
Mhm.
You and mental health and, law firms are the targets.
Hmm.
Because if they lock you up, they've got your data. And, you pay the fine typically, and about 40% of the time, they just turn right around in 6 months and start selling your data on the net,
Mhm.
so.
Well, that
I
way we
strongly-
get competitive bids.
Yeah. I strongly urge you to move as quick as you can on it.
We will have a decision tonight, won't
Yep.
we? Get-
I believe we will.
Okay.
Get out of your hair.
Thank
you for
you.
your time.
I will send you an email. Or call you.
You know my number.
I do.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
See ya.
All right, we can touch quick on the CIP plan and then we can get to police. Meeting. So the CIP plan is, I did look, it is up in 26. It was, from 22 to 26, what I have, but it was amended in 20 as well, so, we don't have anything after 2026, so we have to get. Can't say we have to, but we need something in place to plan for the future. And this proposal is working with us and the engineers together to do the roads, the street or roads, streets, whatever, sidewalk, sewer, storm. Where the last one, it was just sidewalks and streets. So this is like a whole big building. And it also will help with updating the master plan as well. But this is gonna be a $15,000 thing that'll help us for, I guess, when we meet with them, we can pick a projection of 5 years, 10 years. However long they want.
Well, if we keep our costs down with them, we could probably accelerate our ability to do stuff,
Like what?
a street or a sidewalk.
Well,
If we weren't spending hundreds of thousands with C2A. Or
the hard part with
of thousands.
streets is it's a state thing. So even if we are gonna try to do a street, we still have to have an engineer stamped with our street, so we're gonna have to use an engineer no matter what when it comes to that. Sidewalks could probably maybe be done more in-house or with a local contractor versus having the engineers, but they'll at least help us map out and find where our, priorities are.
Is there a potential savings by having them draft the CIP? Like, let's say they draft the CIP and there's Shiawassee Street's on there to be improved in 3 years, let's say.
Which I found a huge file on that from them.
I'm sure. So then when we go to do the project, since they were involved in the CIP, they already have some of the
Yeah.
information done. Is there a savings? when
Yes.
we Go to do the project.
It's called shelving it. So,
We're prepaying for
Grant?
some of the engineer.
yeah, so what we did in the spring, they drew up and did all the engineering for Grant Street, so that is shelved, so all that. We don't have to pay all the engineering costs for that, it's been done, it's shelved. So everything that we have done that we didn't actually get to, that's on the CIP. That's been shelved and we won't have to, whatever they have to update. Some
Yeah.
updatings, but other than that, yeah, we would save money that way with them anyways. First going through another engineer and then we'd start all over again.
If we were to wait till February, March. Before pulling the trigger on this type of expense. Is it really gonna matter?
I mean, what's 15,000 now versus 15,000 in February? But if you mean planning wise,
A little more
if,
thought time for us. A
Right.
little,
well, what more do you want that we can help provide you with, make a decision come even January? Just because this planning can take, like the master plan, it's gonna take more than a month to do.
yeah, it'll take 6.
Or
Probably.
so, right, and then it's all mapped out on what it's covering, how many times they're gonna be in person and out in the field and meeting with us, and it's not something you wanna delay because our plans are done in 26.
But I'm also
So we don't
thinking
have
by
anything.
March. Snow is melting, you've got a better visual of the condition of streets and sidewalks
Right.
and.
I think that's when you start doing the field work though, so. Right now is when you start getting together as a collective. And we start planning, these are what we're gonna look at, cause meetings are in there, so now it's winter, we start saying, this is where we need to look come spring. So we could have a gap where maybe in February or April or something, we don't do anything. But then come May or June, that's when the field work starts. So we start now by doing stuff that we can do just on the.
Inside and cold.
Right,
Because the CIP is just This part of the CIP is just part of the total CIP that we have to get done for the budget from June.
Yeah.
So we
Well,
really
that's a
don't,
good point,
wanna
too.
get-
You need to have it
And
done by
we're
then.
To submit it in with the master plan that it's in the middle, we're in the middle
Yeah,
of doing
so-
right now too.
And
I-
right
I
now,
wasn't
the
thinking
total
about our
that we got
year-end
out
June.
already
and if we do the CIP correctly and we actually run it, I mean, if we follow the form. Where we run it through planning, then planning takes it to the CIPG and then CIPG takes it to council.
Yeah.
You got 3 months worth of meetings right there just to get the final CIP approved, so. That'd be my only concern with it. We're already kind of putting ourselves.
I mean, I think it's worth it. I think we should do it. I think it's gonna be, it's healthier for us to do it. We can plan. So then we don't have to, like, hey, we already know this is coming. I can set $5,000 aside the next 5 years and that sidewalk will be paid for with what we have left. I mean, we're healthy. We bring in, you know, enough revenue so far. And in a balance at the end of each fiscal year, the last numerous years, that you can start doing more than possibly what we are already saving right now. Cause we're already putting away 10,000 here for drains, 15,000 here for sidewalks, so it's all going into the CIP fund now, but having an actual plan. I think you can start divvying it out into each,
You know where it's going,
Yeah.
when.
In any grant that we've written in the last 10 years, that's the first thing we want.
And that-
We have CIP.
what's your rec plan, what's your master plan, is it up to date? You have your CIP to plan everything, so it's all those things I mean, if we don't have one, then that's a big negative. They take your points off your grant for it.
And we currently do have, but it's gonna expire
It's
soon.
26. Yeah, it's expiring this month, so. And I mean, I brought some different things to how it was formatted last time, how I'd like to see it a little different, and they're all on. They like the ideas, and that's what I like, you can just work with them. And they communicate quickly, instead of putting us on the back burner.
And our insurance companies want sidewalks fixed.
Yes, so, yes, that was brought up in our loss control. Was the sidewalks are a big push right now with insurance companies and injuries. And it coming back to the municipalities.
And in our, the survey.
Yeah.
There were many
Yeah, so
complaints,
it's gonna help us in the long run. Really.
okay,
Okay.
I'm just making sure I don't.
For your unofficial findings. Personnel,
You're good,
I'm good, you're
All
good.
right,
we're done.
all right. Meeting adjourned, Ken, 6:43.
Doke.
Woo woo.
Look at that, you're 2 minutes early.